What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tony Swedberg, back with my first video, and this is solar sales, how to make 6 figures selling solar. So if you're in solar sales or thinking about going into solar sales, I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna hold the best till the end, but I am gonna have some good things at the end, so stick around. But I can tell you right now that solar sales is where it's at. It crushes every single industry. It crushes the car business. It crushes real estate. It is just the best business there is out there. And first thing I want to say is it's important to look for a good company. So currently my buddy and me, we started a company and we have about 20 employees right now. We're doing well, but it is all lead based, you guys. So we have 10 lead companies. So 10 different lead companies that are giving us leads just so they come in. You know, we have 10 just in case something happens to some of them. It's always just consistent. It's good to have more than one. So we have 10 lead companies. We have an internet department that sets the appointment. And then we have a team of elite closers, okay? Which was very hard to find. But if you are an elite closer or you think you can be an elite closer, this is the kind of solar company you want to look for. One that has leads that is provided for you. So they think they'll invest $30,000 a month in you, just in your leads, because they know the return, the ROI is going to be good for them. So my closing percentage currently is around 90%. So I'm literally anybody who qualifies. So as long as you can pass credit, you're going to get solar 90% of the time. So there's that 10%. That's meaning if I had 10 sales, you know, I'm closing 9 of them. If I had 20 sales, I'm closing 18. So I understand 90%. I actually went on, I would say about 12 to 15 sales without even, like every single person bought. Every single person bought. And I'm not talking myself up. I'm just saying if you are a good closer, you can make bank. Okay, so the average sale in solar, how much you can make, mine personally, and this is all lead based, no door knocking whatsoever, but all lead based, anywhere from 5 to 6 grand on average. I think it was like 5,500. Like my first 10 sales, I think I made 55,000. And my first month I made 12 sales, 12 solar sales, and that was that was like 30 hours of work. We're talking about like maybe 15 appointments. I sold 12 people. So yeah, so insane, you know, and some obviously credit fails. So yeah, solar can be crazy. So the one thing, go in, always compliment the person's house, just build rapport. You know, if somebody compliments your house, like let's say you're a little insecure about your place. Obviously I'm not. I love my new place. I just moved in here a week ago. I'm in Tampa, City View. I love it. We can look at that too if you want to see. I bought a Benz. I'm doing real well, guys. So since my past YouTube video, you know, I kind of got off YouTube, but I didn't stop working. So I built a pretty good life for myself. But back into it, yeah, building rapport. If I'm insecure about my place, but somebody comes in and goes, wow, I really like this place, or I really like the neighborhood. It's like so peaceful out here. Or, you know, this is a really it's a cozy home, or whatever you say, something to warm their heart. Like, oh, you like their house. They'll be more comfortable with you there, which means you will get more time there. So building rapport is important. Don't make it obvious, but you know, if you see something in the house, or like anything like a football team, sometimes you don't want to get too into sports, or like religion or anything like that, because it can, get into a dispute or whatever. But you know, something that you see in the house that can start a conversation. Oh, that's a beautiful family you have. How many kids do you have? Oh, are they in any sports? That's crazy. My daughter does this. You know, build some rapport. They're gonna like you a lot and they'll buy from you. There's been times where a guy, I walked in and somebody was trying to sell him like stuff for his attic or whatever. I can't even think about the name for the attic. You guys will probably put it in the comments, but whatever. So something for their attic, and it was only like 4 or 5 grand. He was gonna finance for like 4 or 5 years or something. The guy, he kicked him out. He said it's too much, and I heard this. I'm in the other room, and I'm in the room like, bro, my system for this house is gonna cost 75 grand. So like, I do the full pitch. Like, I build rapport first, like totally build rapport, talking about his job. He had a super cool job, like working with the government, or like, flying drones and crazy stuff like that. and maybe he was like working for the Navy or something. But yeah, so we're talking about that for a while, man. And that's all this guy wanted to do is talk, talk, talk. So like I let him talk. Like it seems like he couldn't talk like that with his wife or whatever. So like he just talked to me, and dude, when that paperwork came, he did not even look. He was just sign me up. Like, you know, I gave him a payment, and like everything I said was like what it is on the paperwork, but like just the trust was there, man. Like he just liked me so much, and the trust was there. He signed right up. So that's the next thing. Also, the biggest thing, man, and this is something people have to do. I've had to fire like 3 people, and one thing that they're doing, I had to fire like 3 people this month, and I can't stand doing that. I literally can't stand doing that. I want to build somebody, but there's some people that are a machine gun, okay? So a machine gun is somebody who just blah, 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 all this information, right? Just constantly, you know, telling you all this information, and it's more than they need to hear. When it comes down to solar, they need to know how it works. It's super easy. See the sun right there? Well, we put panels on your roof. You know, you generate electricity. Now, Tico or whatever electric company you're with, you stay connected with them. You only pay them $10 a month. So once you bring in all this energy, let's say you're not home, all the lights are off, all the energy you're bringing in, it gets stored with Tico. And then after you come home, you switch the lights on, you pull back from Tico. So they work as like a storage, like a battery, and they just hold your energy for you, and you just pay them a small connection fee of 10 to 15 bucks or whatever it is for that company. So it's very small. So that's how it works. And that's all you really got to say. If they don't know how it works, ask them, hey, do you know how it works? Oh, okay, well, while we're waiting for, you know, your system to be designed, you know, because once you get their electric bill, somebody in your company will design the system. It takes 10, 15 minutes. This is a good time to be like, oh, well, while that's, you know, being worked on, do you know how solar works? Or like, how familiar are you with it? And then they can tell you, oh, I kind of do. And when they say I kind of do, they just don't want to act like they're dumb. So that just means they don't. So just explain that, oh, it's super simple. You know, it's a little new to everybody, so people think it's complicated, but it doesn't require much. Just once we put those panels on, the sun hits the panels, you stay connected for about 10 to 15 bucks is what you're going to pay your current electric company, and all that energy you're bringing in gets through the panels. It's going to get stored there. So anytime you need electric, you're going to have stored energy, and that's how it works. You know, so break it down like you're talking to a 5th grader, okay? Because that's the best way for people to learn. So don't oversell is the main thing, okay? You don't want to oversell at all. All you want to do is answer questions. I don't really give too much information. I just show them what the panels look like on their house. I got my tablet here. So I just have this little iPad. I show them what it looks like on their home. I tell them how it works, and I tell them what their current payment looks like. And then always go for the close, you know? So after you show them, always do hey, do you like, you know, a trial close. So, hey, do you guys have any concerns about the questions or concerns about the company, or any questions about solar? Like if everything makes sense with the numbers, you guys want to move forward today, right? So something like that. And then like once you do get to the numbers, just assume the sale. So the third thing, just assume the sale. Hey, did you want to put the solar under you and your wife's name, or just your name? Oh, we're just going to do it under just my name. Boom. Like, and then you get into the paperwork. You don't need that firm, hey, you want to do it today, right? And they have to say yes. Like, you can just assume the sale. Hey, do you want it? Do you want to put it under just your name, or you and your wife's name? Great. So that's really how it works. And the last tip I'm going to give you guys is establishing yourself as an expert. This is very important, and it's very important to stick to. I have a step-by-step thing that I do, which I can explain. Just hit that thumbs up button. But stick to the process, or establish yourself as an expert, meaning the first thing I get into the house, the first thing I say is, hey, do you, well, you know, I build a little rapport, and then I go, so did the scheduling department tell you what we'd be doing today? Okay, well, we'll be checking your HVAC, your insulation, your windows, also, you know, this and that, whatever. Also your breaker panel. And we just want to make sure it's not a leaky house. you know, it obviously doesn't make sense to put solar on a leaky house. So, you know, if all those things are up and running good and everything looks good, then we'll move forward with solar. Where was your AC unit? And then just go check out the AC unit, make sure it's not, you know, 20 years old or whatever. Go check out the water heater. Maybe the water heater's using 4,500 kilowatts or whatever. I'm pretty new to solar, so, and I'm crushing it. So you can be the biggest solar geek out there and be correcting me on the other side of this camera, but your boy's crushing it, so I ain't stressing. But yeah, you know, the water heater, sometimes we replace with a hybrid, or, you know, one that uses a lot less electric, and then we can, you know, maybe use less panels and just up the price per watt on the panel and make some money that way. Or, you know, if we got to beat another quote and they're using 20 panels, well, I can throw in a cheap water heater. Not cheap, it's a good quality water heater, but it's not expensive. I can throw in that water heater, use less panels, and beat their quote. You know, so there's you know, establish yourself as an expert and also gather some information around the house. Sometimes you can replace the AC and that's like, oh, you guys do that? Sweet. The other company didn't even bring that up. I wanted to do that first before even doing solar, so I wasn't even gonna buy today. But if you can do that and solar, oh, and when you have the AC unit and you have solar, well, the government takes that as one solar package and takes 30% off. You'll get that back on your tax return. So obviously solar, let's say it's 50,000, well, 15% of that is 15,000. So you'll get 15,000 back when you do your taxes, as long as you work a job and everything like that. So if you put an AC unit with that, you get 30% off the AC unit too. So it's better to get solar and an AC unit. We even do roofs and stuff like that. You get 30% off your roof if you put it in that solar package. So very beneficial. But get with a good company, you know, that does roofs, that does AC, that does solar, that does water heaters. That's important because, you know, that could stop a lot of people. You know, like they might be like, oh, I want to get a new AC unit. I don't know how much electric that's using. That might drop my bill a lot, and then I'll know how many panels to get, and I can't get panels now because I got to do that first. So it's good that you have a company that does everything, because then you won't lose sales. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. I'm going to teach you how to make all the money. I have so many more sources of income right now. I have so many things in the work. My place is beautiful. I got a hot tub right there, a beautiful pool. Maybe I'll do a tour. Nice little condo. I got a Mercedes. You know, I'm living it up. And this is all like, I'm still like a minimalist. I know it sounds like that's not a minimalist, but it's very, you know, I'm not spending too much of my income. So just a very small percentage. And, you know, I'm 30. I want to ball out in my 30s a little bit. I like waking up to, you know, nice views and stuff like that. And you can do the same. I promise you, your life will just explode in 6 months to 18 months if you just like completely pour knowledge into yourself. And you are, everything is a byproduct of what you are. I think I heard that from Wes Watson, but it's so true. If you pour into yourself constantly, day after day, it will compound and you will become very knowledgeable, very smart. You'll know what to do in situations. You will know what to do when an opportunity arises. You'll know a good opportunity when it you know, is brought to you or you hear about it. You'll know a good opportunity. So pour into yourself, guys, every single day. Take care of yourself. I'm currently down 45 pounds. I was 260 probably when I sold my last channel, and currently I am like 213. So that's what I weighed this morning. I'm feeling good. Arms are looking pretty good. Great, yeah, so just getting my body right, my finances right. I want you guys to do the same. That's the purpose of this channel. Thank you for watching. Love y'all.